Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the next installment of the NACDA and Affiliates virtual programming lineup. I'm Dana Leroy, Communications Manager for NACDA, and we are glad to have you with us for this sponsored content session with Bleacher. Bleacher's revolutionary new CrowdView Live platform changes the game for sports organizations by engaging and monetizing remote fans during the pandemic and beyond. This innovative solution takes the outdated traditional broadcast model and turns it on its head with a multi-dimensional live stream platform. Today, we are joined by CEO Kristin Geer and her team from Bleacher, who will present a live demonstration of this new technology that just launched last month and expand upon creative ways that it can be utilized by college athletics departments of all sizes, even in downtime as live events may be postponed. Before we officially begin, a quick reminder for our live attendees to use the Q&A button at the bottom of your Zoom window and send in your questions for our panelists. They will facilitate and answer these questions throughout the presentation. And with that, I will hand it over to Kristin to start the discussion.
Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today to hear about the cutting-edge solutions our Bleacher team has created to help sports organizations like yours engage remote fans and generate new streams of revenue during this pandemic and beyond. In today's webinar, we're going to share with you why CrowdView Live is a brilliant solution to help colleges and universities survive the pandemic and grow stronger relationships with your fan base. We'll demonstrate the new CrowdView Live platform and our marketing and sales manager, Jordan Weinand. He'll showcase it and its immediate success. He's actually at the Top Seat Open right now. Serena Williams might walk by any moment now, which is very exciting. But he's using it right now at the Top Seat Open, and it's a great opportunity to showcase that live. And many of you already know Matt Ostrow, our client solutions and marketing specialist. He works directly with colleges and universities to ensure their mobile app success. He'll share some of the other ways Bleacher is assisting colleges with fan loyalty, even without live sports. And we'll talk about the growth of College One and how Bleacher can make your teams more money and provide a better experience for fans with our mobile app solutions. Let's start with the obvious. If you're a sports fan like me, you cherish every opportunity you have to sit in the bleachers and cheer on your favorite team. The sights, the sounds, the smell, the taste, the feeling you get, all the feels you get as you connect with friends and even strangers to rally around your team. Sitting in the bleachers is an experience like no other. The loss of that experience is being felt around the world during this pandemic at a level that is soul-crushing and at a time when we so desperately need sports to unite us. And now, more devastating news this week with no fall college sports for many schools. It ain't so, Joe. This has turned into a monumental problem. But fortunately, our team of sports tech ninjas lives to solve problems. It is my pleasure to introduce you to the Bleacher team and the revolutionary solution that we have created. Welcome to CrowdView Live. I'm going to share this deck with all of you so you'll have a chance to view the videos up close and personal. And I also hope that you will download the Tennis One app this week so you can experience CrowdView Live yourself in person with our team. And it's a lot of fun. It's a brilliant new solution that really can help to change the way that fans will consume sports now and in the future. This demo that we put together for the Miami Dolphins is just a fun example of how engaged fans can be with this platform. And it is a way that sports organizations can not only engage the fans, but also monetize the fans at a time when it's extremely difficult to do so. This is truly cutting edge, revolutionary, high tech, and it is patent pending, first to market. So we're very excited to showcase this new platform to you at this time. This is obvious. Why we need it more than ever. CrowdView Live is the solution to engage your sponsors, to engage your boosters, to connect your team to coaches and players. You can even hold unique fundraisers through it. And we also have the opportunity to engage with AR. We're integrating that for another client, and we think that it could be a valuable solution for you to engage your sponsors, your boosters, your patrons, your alum at this time. The traction that we've already received for CrowdView Live is remarkable. It has already changed the way that fans have consumed sports in tennis. We were able to launch this with World Team Tennis last month, and it's really bringing the game day experience from the bleachers into your living room or the office or the grocery store or wherever you may be with your feet up on the couch. It's a brilliant solution that you have the chance to have in the palm of your hand. So we launched it with World Team Tennis last month. V1 is already a huge hit. It is fun in both the live game environment, and let me show you this. On the left-hand side of your screen, you can see what that experience looks like with live game action on the center stage. The fans join in from around the world to watch that live game action. That's, of course, when broadcast rights allow. For World Team Tennis, we were the international broadcast streaming rights partner for World Team Tennis, and it was a great way for us to showcase that to global fans. So fans can join from around the world. They can turn their cameras on if they want to join and interact in person, or they can also choose to join without their camera on. They can be quiet and just observe passively, which is also a fun experience. We also launched it in a secondary platform with players center stage. When the players are center stage, it allows them the chance to build their personal brand. They can also work on their sponsor endorsements. It's a great way for them to engage with fans, to build that loyalty that players need and are ultimately trying to grow. And that has been a really rewarding experience for the players whom we've had a chance to launch this with over the last month. We've had several ATP and WTA Tour players comment on how revolutionary this platform is and how much they enjoy being part of it, because very rarely do they actually get a chance to be face-to-face with fans. They're usually, outside of a pandemic, forced to go tournament to tournament. They're on the road all the time or they're training, and they don't have very much time to actually connect with the fans. This gives them that opportunity to go face-to-face. But bottom line, this is not your boring Zoom or Facebook Live or other two-dimensional group web watch party. So we also just launched this week with the Top Seed Open in Kentucky, where Jordan's at right now, featuring star players like Serena and Venus Williams, who are playing today. It's going to be a rockin' match. Coco Gauff, Sloane Stephens, also a few of the players who, just to name a few, who are at that tournament. It's an epic tournament with a lot of great play. Jordan will talk about CrowdView Live there in just a moment, but first, let me share a little bit with you on how teams and sports organizations can make money off of CrowdView Live. So when a fan enters the CrowdView Live platform, they can browse the list of the team's official fan groups like superfans, booster clubs, sponsor VIPs, or family fun watch parties. You can host as many official watch parties as you would like. All we have to do is set it up in the back admin. Fans get an option to pay more to sit in the front row if they want to be the center of attention at the party, or if they don't want to join an official party, they can choose to host their own and send an invite to their friends to join now. Always, you can make money. There's no limit to the number of fans who can join, and the platform runs on both iOS and Android mobile devices, as well as web, making it a flexible, very versatile solution. When broadcast rights restrict live stream of the game action, it becomes the preferred second screen platform because of the innovative games that we have synced to the live action. This makes it a valuable opportunity to capture revenue from fans. And let me just show you what that experience looks like. Here you are sitting on your couch, watching the Dolphins game with your pals, watching it on TV because broadcast rights didn't let us put it in the app. That's fine. Watch it on the big screen, still want to play games with my friends, still want to, make a few friendly side wagers, talk a little smack with my buddies. And I'm going to play these games with them so that I can see if I could beat them. Of course, I know I can, right? Yeah, right. We have a few games that are a lot of fun to play with this that are synced to the live action. Things like live game action. Will he throw the ball or pass the ball? Will he make or miss the field goal? Things like that. We also have a chance to integrate sponsors in all of this, whether it be a first platform or second platform experience. It's beautiful. It's beautiful in that you can integrate sponsors in a large way. So fans are stuck watching. See, there you go. They're watching roofclaim.com right now, waiting for the next point to be made. So it's a great way to integrate sponsors and to tell those brand stories. Our social games that I mentioned are innovative and great opportunities to really add value for sponsors and for our sports organization partners. Point Streak Live, for example, is uniquely synced to the live action, with fans trying to beat the streak point by point, or with live game action picks such as run the ball, throw the ball strike, etc. Fans can race against the clock in our AI-based trivia ace game. They can see who gets the highest score in an interactive Pong-style game geared specifically to your sport. We have a basketball version, we have a soccer version, we have a football version. We also have a beer pong version, which of course we're not going to talk about because this is college, but it is a lot of fun for major league sports, pro sports. But it's important to note that the games of skill can also be played for cash in many jurisdictions, if that's something that you're interested in. What about fan food and beverages, you ask? Well, we've got that problem solved too. Just order from one of the team's official sponsors through the app, and you can get your fans can get food and drinks delivered right to their door, right on their couch. It's a great way to integrate sponsors, especially if you have, I know a lot of colleges have pizza sponsors and energy drink sponsors. Those are wonderful ways for you to integrate and make more money, because very rarely could you make any money off of a pizza place, right? Other than a sponsorship. This way, you could take a cut. You can charge a service fee where your school is able to actually make some money off of it as well. So you're going to not only make money, keep your fans engaged, you're also going to keep them fed, fat, and happy. Additionally, we have a new feature called Player Cast integrated into CrowdView Live, which is a wonderful way for you to start to build your player profiles. Let your players broadcast whenever they want. Give them their own streaming channel. Let them broadcast like they do on Instagram or Twitch. But this way, you're able to take some money. You're able to take a cut of this action. So many of you know the Twitch model. It's brilliant, right? Twitch takes a portion of the live streamer can charge a subscription fee, and then Twitch takes a big major cut. This is a case where you can take a cut of this as well. So it's like sports, Twitch for sports, if you will. But it's a great way for fans to join in and talk with the players, get to know the player while they're off the court or field. It's a great way for them to build their personal brand and, again, benefit the team and sponsors, building loyalty at a time when there are very few opportunities for that. Just to give you some background, our company is based in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and we work with dozens of sports organizations around the world, creating highly customizable, comprehensive white label apps, as well as convenient plugins that add value to existing app platforms. We've made significant headway in 3 sports verticals, and we are starting to scale now into others. As you can see, we are experienced in working with college athletics to drive fan engagement and build loyalty through our proven reward system. Matt will share more with you about that in just a moment. We've become the go-to app platform of choice for the majority of US Open Series tournaments and other prestigious events, including the Miami Open, the Rolex Paris Masters, the Swiss Open Gstaad. We were the #1 sports app in Canada 2 years in a row during the Rogers Cup, and we're proud of our engagement numbers. We're seeing an average of 10.5 minutes per user per day in our apps, which, as you all know, that's unheard of in the world of sports apps. Sports apps average 20 seconds. People go in, they check a live score, and they hop back out. We're keeping fans engaged not only with live scores, we're keeping them engaged with games synced to live action, with content that is rich and valuable, and these opportunities for sponsors to also tell their brand stories. Our experience in the tennis space helped us to recognize a void, which we needed to connect. We needed to build a community. And so we created this year-round Tennis One app, which led to launch. We launched that in January. The Tennis One app was launched in January, and it's available on the App Store and on Google Play as well. I hope you'll download it and give it a try. Like I said, the CrowdView Live platform is live this week with it. And so it's a great chance to see that platform in action. Despite the pandemic shutdown, we saw a growth increase of 126% due to the success of our live stream platform, streaming mainly with ATP and WTA players at a time when, live sports apps are dying. We're a live sports app company. We didn't know how we were going to survive. We pivoted quickly and we saw this kind of growth. And the team immediately jumped into gear and created the CrowdView Live solution. I'm really proud of the culture that we've created at Bleacher. We were just named one of the 2020 best places to work in Minnesota by the Minneapolis-St. Paul Business Journal. Quantum conducted surveys of all of our employees, and with all the questions, they gave us a satisfaction rating of 97.37. Obviously, somebody wasn't happy with their year-end bonus. Okay, there's always room for improvement, right? But I loved these comments and I wanted to share them because it just shows you how special this team is. They're incredibly talented. They are incredibly invested in the sports industry, and they really are engaged with our partners, and they want your success. Your success means our success. I wouldn't trade any of our team for the world. Like I mentioned, we launched 1 month ago today with World Team Tennis, and we have been using it this week with the Top Seat Open. So if you get a chance, download the Tennis One app, check it out yourself. We're currently in talks with 5 hype sports innovation accelerator partners, including Tennis Australia, FIBA, Toronto Blue Jays, the Miami Dolphins, and they've also brought us in for the Miami Open as well. But bottom line, we are a team that can help every sports team connect and monetize fans with cutting edge technology today. You don't have to wait until live sports are happening again, even post-pandemic. You can't always be physically at a game. This is a chance for you to engage your fans and keep them connected, build that loyalty. We've put together a playbook that we'd be happy to send you so that you can see how you can use this in the various ways, making money at a time when no one else is, right? CrowdView Live changes the game for sports organizations by giving them this new tool to engage and monetize fans. CrowdView Live changes the game for broadcast media rights by taking outdated one-way TV, radio, and OTT broadcasts, flipping it on its head with a new multi-directional approach. This is not your grandfather's transistor radio broadcast. This is not Zoom. This is not a boring two-dimensional watch party platform. There are many of them out there. This is a revolutionary, highly interactive product that's built to elevate the fan experience when we can't sit in the bleachers to cheer on our favorite team. It is truly next level for the next generation of fans. We're hoping your team will help our team get this in the hands of fans. We know that the world of sports is counting on us. We're here to help. So I want to pass it along now to Matt so he can talk a little bit about, or actually Jordan, I'm going to pass it to Jordan first. I want him to talk a little bit about what he's seen, because Jordan has been front and center with this from day one. He was at World Team Tennis for the entire 3 weeks. The 3-week season, they had 9 teams, 66 matches. He was there for all of it. And so he's really been at the forefront of what this feels like. What does it feel like with fans? What do the celebrities say? What are the players saying? What are the coaches? What do the sports organization leaders say? So Jordan, take it away.
Yeah, thank you, Kristin. I can't see everybody, but it's nice to be with you in this fun digital space. Happy to paint the picture a little bit about what it is that we're doing on site. I know that, the vast majority of all of you are familiar with what it is that's behind me, what I'm doing. You guys live this and breathe this. So it's unique, and I'm happy to talk a little bit about it. So World Team Tennis, it was truly the first event that came into being after tennis particularly stopped playing back on March 8th with the Indian Wells tournament. That Indian Wells tournament was the domino effects for everything else. And so when WTT decided they were going to go forward with an event, big deal, of course, and even a bigger deal is they had a few fans involved, but the vast majority of everybody else was going to be a digital audience, or they're going to be watching on TV. So within a 5-month period, we were able to create CrowdView Live, and this experience that initially was going to be sprinkles on top, ended up being the whole Sunday for us. So to let you know, when we are involved as the official app of World Team Tennis, we are a media driven and stat driven platform for them for the most part. So we got your scores and your stats with every match, highlights, articles, news, everything WTT. When we inject the CrowdView live experience, the fan engagement component to what we do just completely skyrockets. So Kristin alluded to it earlier. So we have the pay-per-view rights, and so fans are able to, within certain regions internationally, watch the matches on the Tennis One platform. The match plays inside, fans hop in, we do push notifications to let everybody know that it's happening, along with other marketing triggers to make sure that the word gets out. And then of course, World Team Tennis does a very good job. It is their audience that they want to ensure sees the product that they have. So the fans get to do what it is they want. They can sit at their couch. They're grabbing pizza. I don't know if Matt, you would want to play it. We can kind of review just one of those videos, but interacting with each other, interacting with moderators is what we were using and calling everybody that came onto the platform. Somebody be able to help guide the conversation, maybe direct people what it is they're seeing. A lot of times that was me. I was on site to be able to sort of take the camera and show certain things and watch the match. So that was one way. The other way that we did it at World Team was using the likeness of players. It's so important during this pandemic when players were out of jobs, especially in tennis with, potential players that might not make the same sort of money that the bigger players do. They need a way to send their likeness to the rest of the world. So within those live streams and putting the CrowdView component, fans are intimately face to face with these players. Initially we had this thought, I don't know if a player would necessarily want that. Completely opposite. Players are clamoring to get in because they want to be able to talk to an intimate fan base that's theirs. And you can imagine from your team aspect, your fans want your players. They want to see them. They want to know what they're doing in the kitchen. They want to know what they're doing from a workout standpoint. They want to know where they go shopping. There are things like that some of these players come in and do, and the CrowdView Live experience allows them to chat. If they didn't want to necessarily speak and chime in, they can chat and say something to the player or type it in, and then even interact with hearts and things of that nature on the side that you can see. So that's the image that you see with Sabine Lisicki and, of course, the match play as well. So the next slide, Matt, if you were to go over there, one before that. So World Team was incredible, and we launched CrowdView Live really for the first time, and so that experience was great. What we did here, and you're catching me right now in Lexington, Kentucky. This is the premier event that's happening right now in tennis, and I'm gonna tell a little bit if you guys haven't seen the player field just yet, and the matchup. I'll leave that to the end of what I'm gonna say here, and I'd like to invite you to it. But what's happening here now is incredible, and what you have is Serena Williams, Venus Williams. You have Coco Gauff, rising star here in tennis. The biggest names are in Lexington, Kentucky, at the top seed Tennis Club Open, and there isn't a fan here. I'm actually getting away right now without wearing a mask because nobody is around here. If anybody walks up, I do got to put this mask on, but it's incredibly tight. And for all individuals who are going to events, that's what you guys will be experiencing here as things come back into play, but no fans. So that's trouble, you would think. But with the CrowdView Live here, it's actually kicked us into a gear that even bigger than what World Team Tennis did. So we are streaming main court action, which is behind me. Players have been filtering back and forth. I don't know if you're able to see that, but keep your eyes peeled. Maybe not on me, but what's behind me. But main court action, it's the live feed. So you are seeing what you would be maybe seeing on television as well. Crisp, clear. We cranked up the speed even today, so it's going to be a real clear image and a lot of fun. So again, the fans can sit back, watch, they can interact, they can be quiet. The little component that we added to it was actually having real commentators. So this is, bringing on people that have been professionally commentating on the game of tennis for years. Maybe it's former coaches. We have the likes of Crack Rackets, play-by-play Alex Gruskin is on with us, and he's here for every match. And then we filter in a bunch of maybe it's older pros. It's a ESPN commentator and Grand Slam doubles champion Luke Jensen's involved with us, and he's high energy. He'll be a lot of fun to watch. Craig Carden. But it's a lot of that influence that's needed to help make this exciting. So they're going through and talking, and just like a normal broadcast, only the difference is fans are there to watch. That has also helped create this sort of fear of missing out experience that we see. We have players randomly coming in, and I'm not knowing that they're coming in. So we have to make sure on the back end that we're ready to record everything, because, oh my gosh, if Donna Vekchik is coming into the stream and I didn't necessarily know about it, we got to scramble and make sure that we're recording it and using it for the right marketing material. But it's incredible what people are coming into and seeing and being a part of. And fans get to talk to Donna. Fans get to talk to Ryan Harrison. They get to ask them the questions that you wouldn't necessarily get. I mean, you can imagine the press conferences after a match. We're able to do a live stream into the CrowdView Live. And instead of press and media maybe doing questions, you're getting fans asking, hey, in the third set, why'd you go from Gatorade to whatever that concoction was inside that water bottle that you're using? What was that? Intimate, weird things that the fans are paying attention to that maybe the media isn't necessarily. It's a completely new experience. Matt, if you want to go to the next slide. So the people who have popped in, yesterday particularly was pretty wild. We had Darren Ravel stopped in on it. There were Neil Skupski is a professional player, Nicole Melikar, and it was a lot of fun to see this. And again, this is some of the stuff I wasn't privy to. We didn't schedule a lot of this. There were a few appearances that we were, but Darren certainly wasn't one of those that we knew was coming in. So for him to be able to sit there and interact and talk with some of the fans, fans had questions for him, and he was sitting in his car on his mobile phone, just interacting with everybody while he was parked. So that's the kind of thing that you're able to get in this new linear generation with what we have. So that's sort of what it is, I guess. If there's anything else to add, maybe Kristin, if anything for you, but what I would love for everybody to do, if it's a completely free app, Tennis One, you'd be able to see what we do and how we experience this. The second match today, I think it starts not before 12:30. The two most famous sisters you've ever seen, and it might be the last time we ever see these two play. It's Venus and Serena Williams are matched up together. They'll be in the Tennis One app, and there will be a CrowdView Live experience. So we will be having broadcasters there. We don't know who's going to be stopping in. If you guys stop in, wonderful. But there could be some other people that just stop in and join the conversation as well. So with that, thank you so much for my time here. I think, Matt, we'll kick it over to you. I think you might be muted too, man.
Mute myself. There we go. Awesome. Thanks, Jordan. So I'm going to give you guys kind of an overview of our fan engine. And this is what the engagement that Kristin and Jordan talk about, and with the 16 college partners that we've worked with over the last few years, and how they really drive engagement in the fan engine integration. So there's a few different compartments to that. What happens is we take all of your athletic events and we geofence all of your athletic facilities, and then we create events around those. And so when fans attend those, they get points and they're rewarded for going to those events. And there's a lot of really cool things that I'm gonna share here that we can do. We work with schools that are in Canada. We work with schools that are Division III, all the way up to Division I schools like Syracuse. So all of them, like you can imagine, have different needs and different goals when using this technology. And it's the really cool thing is the flexibility. And that's what I'm gonna show here. And that's my job, is to understand your goals and how you accomplish those. So the first thing that fans see when they enter an event that's geofenced is they see the fan stream. So the fan stream is exclusive to fans within an event's geofence. So this is where fans can post different content. They can post everything that they want. And you'll see there's challenges, which are calls to action that fans are prompted to do and engage with sponsors. So on the left here, you can see various fans from Marshall posting selfies at a football game. And then on the right here, you see a fan taking a picture with a large Tim Hortons cup. And this is also a great place to share useful announcements and information to fans that you know are at your event, in your game, and are engaged. So whether that's a special discount to the team store, or it's something that you are looking to share maybe about concessions or a sponsor, there's a lot of things we can do in that fan stream that fans of the event can see. So challenges are a great way to engage fans. So these are what fans get for taking a selfie video or a photo. These are completely custom and completely unique to what you want for each event. So they can be action related. Take a picture with your friends cheering on the team. It can be take a photo of someone taking a free throw. Very simple game action oriented, and you get all this content in your fan stream. But really where this is cool is when you drive people to sponsor engagements at the game. So maybe it's, hey, grab a Coke at concessions. We want to see what your favorite Coke beverage is. Hey, go to a concessions booth for Buffalo Wild Wings. And this is all great quantitative data that you can show your sponsors and then have them integrated. So you can say, hey, we drove 150 people at the football game to the booth directly through the Fan Rewards app. And it's also just a great way to reward your fans that are coming to your games, they're consuming and using your services or products, and you have all that great content. So this is really where the fun happens, and all that goes in the fan stream. And fans who are already doing this get rewarded, and they can ultimately use the reward store, which I'll show here in a second. So another big component of this is trivia. So we see fans love trivia. As I'm sure you know, nowadays, everyone is buried in their smartphone, checking Twitter, texting friends. Well, I'm sure as you want them to engage when they're at your game with your sport, with your brand and your brands that you're promoting that are sponsors. So there's a lot of different ways that you can use these. So we see schools prompt these during halftime. So when fans don't have game action to watch, they're maybe competing in trivia. You can push these live along with an in-game contest. So maybe a fan is competing in trivia during a timeout break, and then the fans in their app can compete on the same question. So really simple, customized process. You can change the point variations, so you can have really tough questions about a specific team, sport, and stat, or you can have it be, hey, ask about State Farm question and have them interact with a sponsor for trivia. So there's a ton of different things you can do, and it's really my job to work with you and your team and how to customize and utilize challenges, trivia to engage with sponsors and engage at your athletic department to best accomplish your goals. And then how do we engage with the in-game presentation for athletics? So there's a lot of cool things that we can do and a lot of features to work with on game day that I've seen some cool examples. So one is a fan lottery feature. So it's very simple. You take and the app randomly selects a fan to be selected in the fan lottery. And then a random fan who's checked into the event through the geofence is selected as the fan lottery winner. It can be very simple. It says wins the Coke prize package of the game. You have to be checked into the app to do so. Or it could be something, as I know a lot of schools do, a half-court shootout at halftime. That's how you select maybe your participant for the game. They have to be checked into the app to be participating in that type of contest. You can make it, like I said, you can make trivia questions live during certain points of the game, maybe during a TV timeout. Maybe there's different things that happen. Who won the shuffle contest? Was it 1, 2, or 3? And they have to be paying attention to your sponsor videos or activities going on, and you push those live. So like I said, and I'll have a case study here. I'll show a little bit, some cool things that Syracuse did when COVID came and we unexpectedly had a sports shutdown. But there's a lot of flexibility in our technology. So like I said, there's so many cool things we can do with your athletic events, but it doesn't stop there. We can create as many additional events as you'd want. So our friends at Tarleton, a school in Texas that just became Division I, they did some really cool things this year and had some amazing engagement numbers. And created great additional events. So they had coaches radio shows, which I know a lot of schools do, at a bank, and they've also done them at car dealerships. So fans would attend those, and they'd get points and get to do trivia and challenges for going to those radio shows. But it doesn't stop there. It really can be anything you want. Southwest Minnesota State School here in Minnesota, they use the Fan Rewards engagement app to encourage freshmen to go to orientation events, and saw amazing engagement numbers for everything there. It can be encouraging fans to come to the game early, and we can geofence a tailgate area. It can be a sponsor event, and these can be as long or as short as you'd like. We could have, you can have a bookstore event open for a week, and then encourage fans some point during orientation week to go to that bookstore. We do road games. So we when Syracuse, I believe it was last year, had a bowl game in Florida, we geofenced that road stadium, and then you encourage fans to go to that road game, that bowl game, and it's almost like a home game with those engagement opportunities on that mobile app, which is pretty unique. And you also get to see your diehard fans who are traveling, and there's some really cool things you can do there. Season ticket holder events, donors, and then like I'll touch on here more. Like I said, we can geofence restaurants, and we can even, sounds very fancy, but it's actually really easy. Makes me sound cool. We can geofence the entire globe, and we can do a trivia event. So anywhere around the world, they can do a global trivia event. So all fans have to do is open the app, no matter whether they're in Hawaii or Alaska. If you have alumni anywhere, they can open the app and compete with trivia with fans around the globe. And I'll show at Syracuse did some cool things there. So like I said, this is a quick preview of the case study I'm going to show, but fans were able to check into various partner restaurant locations around Syracuse, whether it be a Dunkin' Donuts. They stop in, they open their app real quick, they get their points for checking in, they pick up their Chick-fil-A, and then they get rewarded for engaging with those partners and those brands. And it's really a great sponsor value to see that great data and see those things that are going on. It's really very simple and fun once fans open that app and understand, hey, you know what, I can get free gear, I can have lunch with the coach if I keep engaging in these opportunities. And it's a lot of fun to compete with my fellow fans. Another fun thing that we can do to engage fans is rewards codes. So there's a lot of ways that we can do those and some cool things that we have done. This is a text and numeric code that fans can type into the mobile app anywhere. It doesn't have to be within a certain geofence. So there's some cool things that you can do. These can be worth any amount of points and be active for any certain amount of time. This can be read off by your TV or radio broadcaster. Say, hey, today's fan rewards code of the game is Temple beat Navy. And then fans type that in the mobile app, they get rewarded, and you know that fans are watching the TV or radio broadcast when you maybe have a road game they can't attend in person, or maybe you put it at the bottom of your newsletter. You can give these codes to sponsors. There's a lot of things you can do, and the really cool technology that I really enjoy is trying to accomplish these unique goals of all the different size and schools. And some schools will want to engage season ticket holders and give out special codes for the various spend levels. So there's so much flexibility here, and I really am always excited to help and work with these schools to accomplish those. And then everything is very unique and customizable. So your goal as an athletic department could be, hey, you know what, our student attendance isn't great. That's our goal. Or it could be, hey, you know what, we really just want to focus on football attendance. Or it could be, hey, you know what, football and basketball are our top attendance, we sell out those games, but we need to encourage fans to go to swimming and gymnastics and softball, baseball, lacrosse. We can have point values be completely customizable based on game and based on sport. So football could be worth 100 points, but you know what, we need people to go to the gymnastics meet, so that's going to be worth 300 points. So maybe that extra bonus for fans to attend those not as attended sports drive some people to those games, because you know what, hey, I want to get some more points and engage with the team and get those extra points to spend them in the store. And then also we can change each game. So maybe you want to encourage fans to go to a Wednesday night basketball game because the weekends get great attendance, or maybe you really want to make sure that the Saturday games have really strong sellout attendance, so we'll make that worth more points. So there's really unlimited flexibility, and they can really change at a snap of the finger. And you have all those customizable abilities within a really smart and easy to use admin platform that I train all of our clients on. So the real reason, and one of the main reasons, obviously, that fans will engage in this rewards platform is the rewards store. So it's really effective way to, maybe you have an allotment of Adidas gear that you want to give out to fans, or it could be very experiential. So you can completely customize your store based on quantity and based on what the items are. It could be sponsor items, gift cards, different things like that. It's a very simple to use quantity management system. If you have 5 t-shirts, once a fan selects one and takes one, it goes away, because we build this knowing that each athletic department, you're wearing 20 different hats on game days, and we want this to be simple for you to use. So fans get an email confirmation when they place their order, that everyone on your team gets an email confirmation as well, and then you can customize that fulfillment process. So if you want people to pick it up on game day or pick it up at the athletic office, you customize those instructions that fans receive. And it's a very simple process for you to fulfill those. And it really is a fun way for fans to get that gear, get that experience, and a lot of items there. So, and then obviously the big thing is how do we get sponsors involved beyond all the different content and different challenges and sponsor events. There's a lot of different ways. So there are banners on the 4 sections that I mentioned. So you can have clickable URL banners at the top of the fan stream, the top of challenges, the top of trivia, and the top of the leaderboard page. Obviously, you can have sponsored trivia and sponsored challenges. Those engage fans with those items. And then obviously you can have sponsor items in the reward store. It could be $5 off at Papa John's and you get a code, or it could just be a gift card, anything like that. You can do those announcements in the fan stream so fans can get those messages while they're at the game. We can create sponsor locations that are geofenced. So when fans visit a restaurant or visit a bank, they get a certain amount of points for going to those locations. And it's just so cool to see fans going to a sponsor's location. And then you have that event, you have that data, and you know how many fans you drove to those locations. There's an image that fans see when they check into an event. It's fully customizable. You could say add sponsor logo on there along with your logos. And then obviously we can do naming rights as well. So we can add that on various logos in various places. So like you can see here, Northwestern Louisiana State, they named theirs the Dr. Pepper Demon Rewards. So there's a lot of things you can do there. Next thing real quick, I'm going to show you a case study with some real cool stuff that Syracuse did here. So like many of you, when athletics was shut down in spring of this year, sports came to a halt and we didn't really know how we were going to act. And it obviously came at a huge shock to many of us. A lot of our schools worked with me, and we had some interesting conversations about what we can do with our app, because like a sports fan of many of you, even though the sports stopped, we still want to consume sports and we still want to engage with our favorite teams. So we worked with a bunch of schools, University of Miami, Tarleton, Marshall, Northwestern, Louisiana State, and Syracuse. And so we did some really cool things. So with Syracuse here, go to the page. Oh. So there's a bunch of different things here. So we geofenced the entire globe, and we did trivia Tuesdays. So on Tuesday nights, fans could open their app and they would compete in trivia with fans across the globe. And there they would do different trivia based on different sports, and they had a presenting sponsor. And they saw really amazing engagement numbers with that. As you can see here was some great feedback that fans had, and it was something that was really unexpected.
Hey, Matt, I don't think you're sharing that page you're talking about.
Oh,
you're still on the
sorry
other
about
deck. That's okay. Can you pop out of that deck and put the other one up?
Yep.
Otherwise I can do it.
Seems like it was paused. There we go.
Looks like it's stuck.
Oh, my resume share button doesn't seem to be.
Hmm.
I'm hitting resume share, but it's not.
It's not letting you
sharing is
kick
paused.
out of it. Are you able to stop sharing?
Stop sharing.
There you go.
Okay. We'll see if I can try again.
So while Matt is looking for the oh, there you go. Now you're in.
We're now?
Yep,
okay.
That's perfect.
I found to.
full
I messed it again. I'll leave like this scroll.
Make it full screen if you can too. Thank
Can we
you.
see it now?
Perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. Sorry about that. But yeah, so Syracuse geofenced the entire globe, and they had a different theme each night, and they did Trivia Tuesdays for about 3 to 4 months for various sports. And fans, as you can see here, there's some great feedback. They thought it was so cool to engage with different fans across the globe. There were fans taking selfies, dads with their sons, saying, "Me and my son competed in this, and it was so fun." They gave prizes to the fan that had the top amount of questions right. It was really great for them to deliver something to Kenny Drugs, who I'm sure missed out on some sponsors things with games not being played, and a really simple thing to set up, and it was really fun setting that up for them. The next thing they did was on Thursdays and Saturdays, we geofenced about 8 different restaurant partners. So with COVID, it's so unique, obviously, with curbside to go and delivery and pickup. Whether fans did curbside to go or pickup, and if they participated with food orders from one of these partners, they got rewards points. And we saw selfies with their Chick-fil-A beverage or with their Dunkin' coffee, and there's some really cool numbers there, and it helped drive people to those restaurants during those times. And that's something that they can continue beyond COVID. But it was a really great way to engage fans during those. So yeah, I think it was just really a cool way to create engagement. And I was just really excited to have the flexibility in our technology to do that. So that's pretty much everything I have in terms of the case study and the fan awards engagement. I'll kick it back to Kristin, and happy to answer questions or anything specifically.
Thank you so much, Matt and Jordan. There are a couple questions that have popped up that I want us to just be able to try and answer. And one of them was in terms of, let me see if I can go back. For teams that may already have a team organization app, are you able to integrate with their app? Some team organizations may not want multiple apps. Some consumers may not want to add extra apps for the same team organization on their phone. Yes, absolutely. That's one of the things that we have become really good at doing. We integrate our various features. So our tech is so dynamic that we have built all of our features as separate modules so that we can integrate any of them into your existing app at any time. So we have a game zone, we have a game engine, we have a fan engine, we have the live scores engine, we have the content engine. All of those we can integrate separately, or we can build a full white label app platform for you as well. We've become really good at creating highly customizable apps. They're easy for the sports organization to use. We train your team. You can change it out anytime you want, can change it like we change ours throughout the day, like our Tennis One app. If you watch the Tennis One app, it changes, the home screen changes, it's very dynamic. So it's easy to use. And it's also really a great way for you to keep the data in your hands. So we've created what is, we believe, the most comprehensive app platform on the market. We have everything from live ticketing to live scores to content to the fan engine to the game engine and to the data engine, all of which is really rich and helps you to keep all of those data points. I mean, I know every sports organization, one of the biggest complaints I hear on a daily basis is there are too many data points. They're all coming in from different, the different third parties. And it's very challenging to keep all of those data points together. We give you that opportunity in real time to watch and see what's happening. So we're happy to always do the full app for you, but we can absolutely integrate the various modules. The fan engine, as many of our partners know, has been a big success for a number of our schools over the last few years. And now CrowdView Live is another opportunity to do that. So CrowdView Live is interesting. We have created it, we have created a dual path entry for it. And I want to just show you what that looks like briefly, just so that you can see what I'm talking about. Let me bring this full. This is the complex architecture of CrowdView Live. So CrowdView Live has we have the ability to integrate the fan through social. So let's just say you want to post something on social. Hey, check out Superstar Bob's pregame rituals before the home opener live in Bleacher app. So it can go through social, and then it can either go through your team app or it can go through the Bleacher app. So if we put it into your team app, we charge you an integration fee, an annual license fee to use the software. or you can send your fan directly through the Bleacher app. There's no integration fee. You still have all of CrowdView Live. It still makes total sense. So it's just a matter of how you want to do it. For ease of access, we can do it through the Bleacher app much more quickly, and get you up and running within a couple of weeks. Integrating into your existing product just depends on who we're working with, who's producing your current full app. But it's a beautiful solution that way, because it gives you the chance to make money both ways. And you're going to make more money if you do it through the Bleacher app, just because we charge $1 per user per game, per live event, to use CrowdView Live. And so we're just we're charging the service fee, and you can charge as much as you want and make as much as you want. Again, it's a beautiful solution for you to use with your boosters, your alum, your sponsors. It's a great way for you to make money even now when there's no live action. So when fans create their CrowdView Live experience, they can again create their own. They can send out a QR code to their friends and invite them to join their own little party. Somebody else asked the question whether, how do you get around broadcast rights? That's a very good question. And so it depends on the partner. So we're finding that because COVID has created this really difficult environment for all sports organizations to exist in, many of the parent organizations are starting to loosen up restrictions, and that gives them the power to stream it through the app. It's a great chance for them to make some money in a way that they normally wouldn't be able to. But again, as I said before, it also works beautifully as a second screen platform. So if you already have a TV partner and you want to maintain that relationship, that's absolutely fine. And we can still make you money through the second screen platform, not only from the service fee that we charge, or you charge, we both charge, but also through the opportunity to make money on the delivery of food and beverage to the home, working with those sponsored partners as well. So great way for you to make some money. And then the third question was, will the recording be shared? And yes, it will be. And I would love and welcome the opportunity for our team to have a quick call with any of you at any time. We'd love to chat how it could fit your solution, how our solution could fit your problems, how we can help you. Again, our goal, the reason we exist, is to deal with the fan journey, the acquisition, the engagement, the monetization, and the retention. That is everything we do is focused on that. And currently right now, we believe this solution is the solution to help you not only engage fans at a time when it's really difficult without live sports, but also to monetize those fans and make some money in the process. Also make your sponsors happy, right? Keep them engaged, keep them loyal. Again, at a time when it's very difficult, we think this is a great solution. So we welcome the opportunity to have a conversation offline. Happy to pick up the phone and please don't hesitate to call if you have any questions. So are there any other questions? If not, Matt, do you have anything else to add?
I do see one question, looks like from Carrie, about colleges protecting coaches from negative interaction. I think maybe we need a little more context, I guess, in terms of which interaction you're referring to. But if you're talking about the fan stream, in the overview that I've been, we do have some general profanity filters and some negativity filters that if anyone is using foul language or something like that, I think they've been maybe used once for all the schools that we've worked with over the last year, so it doesn't happen very often. And then also there is a very quick way to, if you see a rival fan trying to take over the fan stream, very easily you can take them, kick them out of the fan stream or ban them or flag it. There's a lot of different ways that I would work with you on that. And then in terms of CrowdView Live, if you have a fan acting a little too rowdy, maybe being negative towards the person hosting it, we can kick them out of that or mute, and we can mute the crowd as well. So there's a lot of moderation tools that we have to deal with maybe that type of bad behavior.
Absolutely, that's important. Our filters are important, and so we have that built in, automatic, and then we also have the manual opportunity as well. The official team parties that you can host, the opportunity to have a moderator in that also can help to boot somebody out quickly and say, hey, you're not welcome, get out of here. It makes it kind of fun. What I'm seeing, and it's really interesting, so tennis is a very subdued sport, as you know, from a spectator standpoint. And it's really fun to see the energy that this platform is creating, even for tennis. And it's really fun and exciting and entertaining. I can't wait to see how it works in a football, basketball, baseball, soccer environment where, the crowds really can generate that kind of, buzz for your team. I think it's a really exciting way for you to engage your fans, and again, make money from them at the same time. What kind of staff investment should be expected to run this app on the school side? So we've created, and it's a working document. We literally just launched this. We created this during the pandemic. We launched it a month ago. So it's been iterated as we go. It's still being iterated as we go. But what's interesting is we've created a playbook because we know how valuable that is. The playbook will help you determine, okay, here are my goals for this particular CrowdView Live session. Here's my audience segment that I'm going to target, whether that be a fan club or a booster club or a Facebook Live group, et cetera, that you want to pull them all into this instead. So you have the segment, you have your KPIs that you want to set. So we help you determine all of that up front. And then you can decide, like, I'm going to have one, it's so flexible that you can decide, I'm going to have one official group watch party. I'm going to have 3 official group watch parties. And here are my moderators. And those can be legends, they can be alum, they can be, interns, whoever you'd like to integrate into that. But that ability to, that is, you decide that, and it can be as little or as much as possible. We have a full staff. We will be alongside all the way so that we see your success, because again, if you succeed, we succeed. In terms of the additional opportunity for fans is they can set up their own watch party. So if they're watching it on TV, for example, they can set up their own watch party through CrowdView Live, and they can invite their own friends. There's no limit on the number of fans. Actually, there is. It's currently at 1 million, but I think that we can fudge that if we add more bandwidth. Anyway, 1 million for now. So there's really no limit to that, which is great. There's no limit to the number of official parties you want to have. There's no limit to the number of fans that you can incorporate. So, the only limit is in your imagination as to how you, it's a beautiful solution that has huge opportunity and will help you to frame it as you go. Matt is an expert at helping you see what are my opportunities, what specifically are your needs for your school, and how can we help you succeed in that area.
In terms of the fan engine operation from the standpoint of your staff, like I said, all of the athletic events are automatically imported via your website, and then everything can be planned in advance. So you can schedule when you want trivia and challenges to go live on a Tuesday for a Saturday game. So if you want, you don't even have to touch it on a game day. And then creating those additional events. We've had schools decide they want to create an additional event right before it starts, and it takes about 5 minutes, but you can obviously also plan everything in advance and take a little bit of time there. So once you really get the hang of it, it's really something that we've seen a lot of schools have maybe a grad assistant or someone manage. And you can be very detailed and do it on game day, but you can also plan everything in advance if you are limited in terms of staff and hours.
Well said. Thank you, Matt. If there aren't any other questions, I just want to say thank you for joining us today and hearing about the CrowdView Live solution. We really hope that you will embrace it as an opportunity to engage and monetize your fans during COVID-19 and beyond. Thank you so much. Dana?
Thank you, Kristin, and thank you, Matt, and our thanks to Jordan as well. We appreciate you donating your time to us today and showing us, like you said, Kristin, this beautiful solution. I think there's a lot of good things to come for you guys, and certainly our members can find value in many different ways, as you mentioned, throughout the pandemic and beyond. So we will be sending, like Kristin said, this recording to everybody who registered. So if you do have follow-up questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to Bleacher directly. And we appreciate all of our members' support of these webinars and our affiliate associations as well. And we hope to see you online again soon. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Dana.